Okay, I think we're live. Finally got it working, guys. Had to finagle some stuff here. All right, all right, guys, let's get into the game here. I'm not going to dilly dally around. If you guys are in the chat, welcome in. Um, we're going to basically be creating a hardcore world here, guys. We're just going to go until we basically, you know, pretty much as is, with any type of hardcore world, if we die, we have to start over. So, all right, so let's go ahead. We're going to name it RX7 attempt 1. Okay, attempt underscore 1. Okay. All right, guys, here we go. Let's see what we end up with. And we end up with. We are. Ooh. Okay, we got a little bit of plains, cavey goodness. Looks like some floating islands, not too shabby. All right, let's go ahead. We're gonna get out of this area here, and let's just go ahead and get some. Let's go ahead and get some tools here, because I don't want to stick around this area really. I mean, it looks okay, but it's not okay. It's not what I consider what I would build on. Let's go ahead and get this tree down here. All right, you guys get to see my little fox avatar. All right, fox boy. All right, let's go ahead and get some tools. Get an axe, pickaxe. We'll go back over there to the area that we started at and get some stone. Get the rest of this tree down. I want to make sure I get anything out of here, because you never know what you might end up with. And if you get any like apples or anything early on, that will help. There's a village. Cool. Alright, I'm going to go. Oh, there's 2 villages. Or there was one village. I thought it was just 2. Oh, it's just one village. Oh, it was 2. Alright, let me get some stone here, because I want to get some stone. Because we're going to need this for the tool progression. At least some decent tools progression. Let's see, where did I... Oh yeah, right here. And that cave goes way down. Okay, so I'm not going to go in there. Nor in there. Okay, let's just get some... Make sure I got enough for a furnace. Stow those. Get some. And they get our tools. We'll save those for later. We'll probably use them for fuel or something. Alright, so let's go to the village and see what we can find over there. If I might, let's see. I might go ahead and start popping these cows to get leather. I missed. Alright. Needs to get some food. That'll be good. We'll try and also look for a place to build, if there's any place like that we can. Ooh, skeleton rattles. No, thank you. Just 2 pieces of leather. Alright. At least I can make some boots in case we need to go up any place where there's snow and I don't want to get swallowed by those super huge snow drifts. Okay, anything in there I can grab? No iron. Looks like iron is not going to be on the menu early today. Yeah, there is some down there. Question is, can I get to it and then get back out? It's only 2 pieces. So what I might do... try to make a rudimentary staircase right here. Make sure there's nothing lurking around. Oh yeah. That's actually pretty good. I guess, what, 8, 9, 10 pieces of iron? Nice. Oh, there's a little more. That will work. I might get some of that copper, too, for stuff. Okay, got a few extra pieces of iron. Let's go ahead and get that coal over here. Got some of this for later as well. Might wonder why I'm grabbing this entire vein instead of just grabbing a few. Well, it does help if you have extra later on. Alright. Go ahead and grab this copper. Probably make stuff out of it if I need to. I don't see anything else down here worth time. Alright, we got some sheep here. Let's go ahead and grab them. We'll put that, I'll put that dirt block somewhere. I can probably use it for something. Alright. Unfortunately, I don't see any other sheep, but whatever. Oh, he's already messed up his thing. You know what? Actually, we'll take the seed. Keep the beetroot. That one, that one. Let's see, I don't think, is that carrots? Yeah, it's carrots. Cool. Honestly. Good, at least I can start off with a halfway decent food supply when I can find a place to farm. Alright. Hold on, guys. There we go. Noticed. There's a time where you can tell as you start seeing the stars, and that's when you know it's time to go to bed. Alright. Good. Okay. Not gonna worry about the sugar cane. No need. But I am gonna get that. Oh wait, that's that. Yeah, it's just one of those. Is there any potatoes? Let me see. Let me check my F3. You know what? Let's see. F3, F6. Let's turn on some stuff here because honestly and truthfully, I like to have some of that stuff on. Look at block. Alright. Carrots, wheat, carrots, wheat. Taters. There we are. That is what we're looking for. Okay, cool. Yes, I know, it is weird. I would probably do that, but it is not technically cheating because it's in the game. Now, it is a little bit against the spirit of hardcore, but honestly and truthfully, we die, we're done for anyway, so... What do you got? You're a bread salesman. And what do you have over here, dude? Another one. Okay. Well, we can fix that a little bit. Again? Carrots. That'll work for now, I guess. Alright, get us some emeralds early on. Get one of these guys starting to level up. So I can get some stuff. Get some apples. That is fine. Okay. Now there shouldn't be any. No, unfortunately, there's probably not going to be any more hay bales around, so I can't really do anything with those. However, can probably trade some of these to this dude. And yeah, we'll just... We already locked him in, so that's good enough. Alright. Cool. Alright. Alright, now that we're here, I need to literally find decent area to start literally terraforming and building onto. And being by the ocean kind of helps, but it doesn't help, so... Alright. Let's go ahead and make a boat. Stow the rest of those. Let's see what's over here. Alright. So we got a cherry blossom orchard up there on the hill. Now, well, sign of things to come, or an omen. I'm just kidding. It's probably just, you know what it is. Let's see, anything down that canyon? Nope. Anything down that cave? More nope. Anything anywhere? Alright, let's actually do one thing. We're going to go up there at the top of that hill. And then kind of sort of survey everything around here. Oh, hold on, guys. Alright. Now, the reason why I'm going up here isn't just to build... I'm not building up here. I'm actually scouting around for a decent place to basically build pretty much a farm. And set up a long-term base at, which is usually easier said than done. Because a lot of these plateaus up here, while nice, they're very far from certain things, like water sources, for example. I've not really seen too many water sources on top of hills, which is never a good sign, really. Let's see. That little spot right there looks pretty decent. Though I'm not too big of a fan of all that over there. Let's see. I think we'll go check out that over there and take a look at it. But first, I want to go ahead and I want to smelt some of this iron up. Because why not? I need to get some tools anyway, so that might help. Yeah, I'm kind of looking to see what that is. Or let me actually see if I can turn up my render distance. 20 chunks. Let's go to 24. And then see what we end up with. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I mean, from here it looks decent. From here it looks pretty decent. I mean, appearances can be deceiving in this game, so. No, I could make a pair of shears, but I think I'm going to wait. One thing I am going to definitely do is I am going to make a I am going to go ahead and make a iron pick for obvious reasons, in case we run across anything that basically might be useful. So it never hurts to really have something to basically have as a backup plan for anything. We're also going to have enough iron for anything else. Just basically go ahead and throw these in there, since honestly and truthfully, just to get them out of the way and done. I'll get us at least 4. Yeah, I think we're gonna go check out that little place over there. If not, we'll look at this one really quick and then we'll go down that way. Okay, I'm just gonna save those for later. Alright. Let's go over and check that thing out. Then we'll, if necessary, we'll plop back over. Ow. Small cave, nothing much there. Watering hole? Watering hole? Or, yeah, okay, a water cave going down, okay. Alright, so our goal is to get to that tree over there. Alright. It's about sundown already. Alright, let's see, what are we dealing with over here? Give it a few minutes till give it a few moments. There's a lava pool over here for that. That's interesting. That might be useful for a few things. There's a small cave indention there, nothing really much. Okay, looks like, so that is a sizable lava pit. Okay, there's a small cave going down. Beautiful. I don't think this is going to be that great. Although we do have, okay, there is some taiga over there. That'll be good. At least with taiga forest, I can go get wood to start making stuff and everything. And then eventually we can make a cartographer, put over there in the village, go trade with them, and then we'll be good for money and stuff for quite a while, actually. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm thinking we'll go over here. I think this is where we're going to set up shop. Alright, let's see. So we got quite a bit of sloping, a little bit of a slope here. And is this a crack? Yeah, it's a big deep one too. Well, that runs it. This is the problem with trying to find a good spot to build. You don't want too much mess under you, because it can really affect like things like how you do sleeping and stuff, especially if there's mobs and monsters, which always just becomes a headache. And like there is quite a bit here. Yeah, we're looking at a bad spot. Alright, well, that's the one thing about hardcore is good. The one good thing about hardcore is there's because if you really think about it, there's no real good what do you call it? There's no good real spots to, I guess you could say, hole up if in around spawn, because spawn's usually a load of garbage. And our spawn point was a load of hot garbage, which was nice. Let's head over this way. Maybe we'll climb another hill and see if there's anything on the other side. Watch our backs while we're driving, going over some of this stuff, because you never know what might be down there. Usually there's a drown or something, and those things are always a pain in the butt. Another village over here, looks like. Alright. Let's go check out this other village over here. Then we'll start climbing some more hills and go around probably that direction and see if there's anything. I will tell you, sometimes it does take a while to find anything in this game. Especially if you're starting a hardcore world or something and you're like, where's a good spot to build at? And yeah, it just becomes, it's really tedious. Librarian, anything upstairs? Oh. Nope. Nice carpet over there. Oh, we got some pumpkin seeds. Oh, a bundle. That's really handy. Take the treasure chest just in case, so at least I know that not going to be in certain spots. What the heck? Oh, the pig spawned inside the tree or something and he suffocated. Oh, sorry guys, didn't mean to sneeze. Okay. I will take one thing of sweet berries just in case. Actually, I'll take a few. Alright. Clear some of that out for the villagers. Small little place here. Not much to it. Let's see, go 41. That'll be good for now. Whoa, ow. Let's see, anything? I don't know if there's anything up that way or not. Oh, another treasure box. Some bread, more sweet berries, pumpkin seeds, and some potatoes. Where's my taters at? Oh yeah, there we go. Alright. Grab that. Is there anything, any village piece, any parts of the village up there? Doesn't look like it. Any more pieces of the village this way? Let's check. Probably not. Yeah, it's a very little, small, very small village. Alright, well. Now I would I would take down a tree and just take the seedlings with me, but I'm kind of getting full, so I don't want to overload. We can always come back or look for another one. Right now my main goal is to find a place to set up shop. Looks like we got another little hill here I can get up. When we get up the hill and start taking a look around, maybe we'll see another good little spot somewhere. And that'll help a little bit. Looks like we're going to have to go through some of this to get over that way. Now, normally, if you do find any good areas in a woods that's kind of flat, those actually are pretty decent to try out. You can always you can always cut a clearing, and well, that kind of can be really good area too. So, something to think about. Alright, let's see. We're up here. And whoop. What do we have? Looks like a lot of forest. As far as the eye can see. But it might be promising though. If this area is pretty flat, we could probably terraform out and create our own little place around here if there's not too many of this stuff, which I really honestly hate in modern Minecraft because there's so many cracks, crevices, and the cave generation anymore is just atrocious. Like this right here. You think there's a little bit of flat land. You see just this little bit of a dip, and all of a sudden there's a big hole underneath your house. Where you want to build your house at, and it's like, really? I don't want to build on that. Yeah, I'm very finicky about where I put my stuff at. A nice little lake. Yeah, let's put the leaves back down. Alright. Like I said, I have the music off for obvious reasons. That being YouTube being a pain in the butt, and Mojang being a bigger pain in the butt. Looks like we got some iron down there. Might be worth actually trying to go get. There's a little bit of a thing back there. I could probably just go get some. Hold on a minute. Stupid phone won't open. Come on. Alright. So what I'm going to do in order to get set iron, I'm going to go, okay, so it's back that way. I'm going to go grab a bucket of water. And we're going to make a little bit of a way down to get that. Alright, let's see if we can find a good, decent spot. Oh, I can probably just climb in and out. Okay, that works. Get back a little bit, so if there's anything that might pop out of that hole over there, that might not be friendly. Well, then we got some fleeing room, I guess you could say. Oh, there's a little more over here. Nice. Now, if you guys are ever stuck and you ever want to get out of a place, I want to show you how to do a water elevator. actually quite useful trick to get out of a place without having to try to get all fancy smancy with everything. Alright, keep her food on us. Stow the chest for now. We'll go around this. We're gonna head, I think we're gonna head this direction because I'm not finding anything here, and that just goes back over there to the original spot where we were. So we'll see how this goes. Now this area actually doesn't look too bad. A lot of water holes, that's the only problem. There's that savanna we saw at the start. You know, we'll just take this around. See if we see anything. Like I said, sometimes finding a decent spot is it's just a chore. I mean, it's fun, but it becomes a chore after a while. And the river ends here. Oh, let's get up to the top of that and take a look around. Tiny little water hole. Piglet. Hold on, guys. Alright, let's see. Anything down here? No. Okay. Always like to check just in case there is some exposed iron or something that's easy to get to, because never know. It's always good to know if you can get something easier than having to stress yourself out over it, though. And usually iron in these kind of places is kind of easy to get. That's why I like kind of venturing into the savanna biome, because especially some of the savanna biomes carry lots of iron. Oh, there's another village over that way. Let's go around over here real quick before we head over there to the mountain village, that mountaintop village over there. Looks like there's, ooh, wow. Okay, looks like there's going to be a lot of spots to go through. Well, that looks pretty darn high over there. I think that's one of the stony peaks or something. Ow. I'll go ahead and grab these. Grab some of these drop seeds, they're free. Ah. There we go. Up and over. A little bit of a dried up river here between these. Alright, let's see what we got. coming into the village now. Oh boy, some of their stuff's all over the place. Got some melon seeds, that's good. Yes. Okay, we got here paper and paper and bread. Not a bad find. Red bed. Ooh, we got a map, some maps. Okay. I think those are empty maps, so I'm not sure what kind of maps they are. And I just noticed something. No villagers. Oh, because they're all going to be down here. Okay, that makes more sense now. Okay. Okay. There's a good high chance of untilled ground and there's seeds in it. Wow. We're just gonna grab all these seeds. You get more than enough. I'll just dump them off to a farmer or something. Alright. There's a blacksmith here. What the heck? There's a blacksmith here. That's actually good. There's a rare. I mean, it's rarity, but sometimes some of these guys got some good stuff. Especially in these kind of villages. Yeah, we're at capacity, so. Ooh, compasses. Those help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these. I am going to leave the paper behind. And one of the empty maps. Or both empty maps, actually. We're going to take the paper with us. Actually, we'll take the compasses. We're going to hold up here for the night. And let's see if there's anything else in here. Okay, I'm going to take this one. Not too much worry about getting anything else, but these right here are going to be critical for what I need, though. So, let's go ahead and head up to the top of this thing. See where this kind of leads, because we're still searching for a spot to build. And where there's a spot to build, there's, what is it? The aspect that we could actually make a place there. And having compasses can mean one thing. You can make locator maps as well, and also you can, if you have an item called a lodestone, you can pretty much assign that as your pretty much your new spawn point. So kind of has a good double effect of being what it is. I kind of hope this isn't the same cherry blossom area that I did earlier, but I do believe that is lava. That is some lava. That's a pretty big one. I have a feeling this is the same one I was at earlier, but if it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. Yeah, it's the same one. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see, I think, was that the town I was at earlier? I think it was. I think that's one of the towns I was at earlier. So I'm thinking, let's see, that area doesn't look too bad. It's a little more elevated than I like, but it is pretty flat. So, and it kind of is nestled between two areas, so. Actually, no, I haven't been to those towns, so maybe this might be actually what we need. So, what I'm thinking is we'll stop here and develop here. Holy biscuits, look at that hole. Let's see this thing. Ooh-wee. You see that over there? Don't look at that thing in the eye. Whatever you see that thing over there is, I'm not going to point at it, but you see that little black thing over there with the purple eyes? That's an Enderman. You don't want to look at them guys in the eye. They get a little peeved and pissed at that. And they like to beat you up if you look at them. Well, you looking at me wrong? Pow, right in the kisser. Alright. So we're gonna go up here. I think this is where we are going to set up because this is actually pretty darn flat. Yeah, this is actually pretty good and flat. Now, that pit could be filled in eventually, but here's the question about over here. Is there anything I'm not seeing that could literally make turning this into viable farmland complete hell? No, apparently not. So, looks like we have our area. Alright, so I'm going to look for a decent spot to build the house. I think it's going to be here. I think this is where we're going to set the house up, right in this area. We'll get going on that eventually. Alright. Alright, so let me go ahead and plop that down, plop that down. Just go ahead and grab these extra seeds. We're probably never going to use them anyway. At least we have a couple towns within walking distance, so that's going to be good. Alright. And go ahead and just drop these over here for now. Now, what I'm going to do in order to make sure I have a roof over my head temporarily is, let's see, I'm going to actually take down this tree. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to make a full-sized super house, but I am going to make a decent-sized little cabin. And we'll go ahead and go from there. Alright, let me go get some more supplies. There's a reason why I'm going to make a cabin, a small cabin anyway, at least. Mainly it's just because of safety. We're playing hardcore and things can happen. So it's always good to have a backup. Or at least a place to run to. Alright. Now normally I would do a 5x5 structure, but one, we don't have materials, and two, I'm just trying to set just a basic cabin up at the moment. And anything can be reused is going to be kept. For now, anyway. Let's see, where's that at? Alright. If I need to, I can just... We'll just use the hay. And we ran out. Well, the hay was an idea, but... Alright. Let's go, let me go take down another tree real quick. Bombs away. for now, this is going to have to work. It's not much, but it'll do for now. Okay, so what we'll also do is throw down some of these chests. And that way we can start offloading. At least offload some stuff here. Try to keep certain things in one chest. Maybe other things in another chest. Because I'm going to need some of these for now. Alright. Still gotta put the bits of wall up. Okay. And now for the roof. Not much of a roof, but it's over my head. Alright. Make sure the little place here is lit up just in case we go off anywhere to go adventuring or something and come back. I don't want to have things in the house. That would be not good. Yeah, it wouldn't be good at all. So at least we can have a little spot to, you know, play around with. So what I'm going to do is, for now, this is going to stay as the temporary structure. And then from this, I'm probably gonna make the main place I'm gonna live up here, kind of off. And then probably try to fill in that big hole there as we go. Probably like so, because I'm actually gonna take out that little knoll over there, probably some of this as well, and then we'll just basically do this, come down here, and basically fill it in. We'll terraform this spot and make it pretty much usable land too. Alright. Alrighty. Looks good. Alright. Well, might as well get to work on that then. And yes, I'm being very, very frugal with my tools and stuff I carry on me. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is this whole little up section that's raised up here is going to come out. Then this will flatten this area. Well, it's to be expected. I'll eventually make probably a cobblestone generator or stone generator so I can have an unlimited supply so I don't have to keep going mining. At least right now, anyway. Or at least I'm not tearing down a mountain just to get to stone. Oh, what we got here? Oh, what do you got, sir? Fine, sir. What have you got that I might be able to use? A bucket of water for 2 emeralds? Buddy, what do you got that pale hanging moss, mangrove, puzzle. Hey, dude. Nothing I need. But, nothing to say that's all I need, though. Yeah. Got your llamas, dude. Alright. Yeah, they'll wander off eventually. That's an easy way to get early leads. Just drop a boat where they're going and then let them get pulled in. Easiest way to do it. Alright. 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 That's coming along good. A couple more of those and I'll be filled in quite nicely, I will add. Alright, so what we're going to do with that area down there is pretty plain and simple. Starters. Gonna make a tree farm. One of the first farms I'm going to actually put up is a tree farm. I'll show you how I'm going to do it. That is. Just put up a line of them to be just basically grown up together. Alright. So alright guys, I'm going to probably end it here because I've got stuff I got to do. Ugh. Until then, if you guys like what you see, if you guys want to join in on future live streams or anything, please hit that like button or something. Give a subscribe to the page. And if you want tips and tricks while I'm playing, guys, please feel free to ask in chat or leave a comment, and ask them the questions. I can help you out if I can. Like I said, we did finally get Minecraft running. So until then, guys, be safe, be well, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any more TFT, but we'll see. All right, guys. Till then.